And you can also WhatsApp us. But now let's get started with the show. We are joined by Girish Sodani on the fundamentals and Gaurav Sharma on the technicals. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening. Now, let's get started with the first query. So, Amal Karma is joining us on the phone line from Indore. Hi, Amal Karma. Good evening. I think the call is dropped, but we have his query. So he holds 200 shares of NACL at 178 rupees. He's looking for both technical and fundamental view on the counter. He is sitting on a profit of almost 28,000 is what I can see. So firstly, coming to you, Girish, on the fundamentals of it. So how are you looking at NACL? Is it an attractive bet?
So currently it looks attractive in the terms of companies fundamentals. They are reducing the debt. The working capital is also very good, reducing. And in the terms, but the stock is little bit high side. It's give a strong upside at the level of 110 rupees till 300. So for current levels, I'm not very much bullish into it to just enter at current level. I'm looking out at the level should be in a good range of around 225 to 240. That would be more preferable for me because the sales number also like the poor sales growth numbers from the last 2.5 years. So my suggestion is to avoid as of now and just wait for some corrections and then you can enter the system.
All right, all right. So I'd also like to take technical view on the counter. Currently it's trading at 315 and was also up in trade today, nearly 5%. So what's your sense, Gaurav, on the technicals of NACL?
Yeah, Himachi. So this stock is having a tendency of trading in circuits, both ways, higher as well as lower. As of now, it is continuously hitting upper circuits, and what we have seen is a clear-cut rise from 180 to 315 levels. Today, too, it went up to the circuit mark that was 5% upper circuit band for this stock. I would suggest the viewer to book profits here and look for some other good quality stocks which do not hit circuits, because once they start hitting the lower circuit, the viewers will not get chance to exit their positions.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for that. Now we have another query. So Prasad has a corpus of around 50,000 and he wants to invest in Garware High Tech. So he's looking for a short-term view on the counter. So Gaurav, currently, it's trading at 3,661 levels and was also down in trade today over 1%. So is it advisable for him to firstly invest in this counter for a short-term period?
I think he should look at some other stocks. It is better to avoid it.
Okay, so do you have any recommendations there?
Yeah, he can. The metal pack is looking quite attractive. He can consider stocks like Tata Steel, Steel Authority of India. They are good quality stocks. They have a good track record, and they are more likely to perform. NMDC is also looking pretty attractive. So from the metal pack, these are some of the stocks. Aditya Birla Capital also showed good signs of an up move here. So he can concentrate on these spaces.
All right, all right. So we have another WhatsApp query. So Shri Shale from Bengaluru holds 389 shares of Hathway cables at 21 apiece. He hasn't mentioned the time horizon as to whether he's looking for a long-term view or a short-term view. So I'd like to take both one by one. Firstly, coming to you, Girish, on the fundamentals. What's your sense? Are you positive on the counter and the cable space, if I talk in particular? So what's your overall outlook towards that?
So for the longer period, obviously, if the horizon was some around 3 to 5 years time frame, then we are looking out a perspective in the cable industry, but not as of now because the numbers was not looking good from the last 3 quarters itself. If we talk about the Hathway cables, the poor sales numbers are gives a very dent on that particular stock, and the earning also not very lucrative. So debtor days are improving, improvisations, the capital working capitals are increasing. So these type of things are a little bit worried in the longer period of times in the like time frame of 1.5 year. So I'm not very much bullish on the cable industry as of now. So my suggestion is to avoid this particular stock.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for that. And also, Gaurav, talking about the technical aspect of it, I can see the stock tanking a bit. So, what's your sense? What are the charts suggesting?
I also don't like the stock at the moment, and there are very less chances that the stock will head northwards. I'll suggest to look at something like a Paramount Cables if he is actually looking at smaller ticket size stocks, maybe the mid or small cap space. So Paramount Cable will be a much better choice. It is all set for a fresh breakout above 62 odd levels, and I see it heading toward 70-75 zone in the immediate near term.
Okay, so exit from Hathway Cables and enter Paramount Cable for short term is what our experts are suggesting, viewers. With that, we are joined by our first caller on the show. So, hi Kalyan, good evening.
Hi, I'm holding some 35 shares of Dodla Dairy, which
Okay.
I bought some 15 days back
Yeah.
at the rate of 1,448.
Okay.
I just want to know what is the, now today we got that Q1 results also, and almost 110 points it has gone down.
Yes, yes.
I just want to know what is this, whether I can hold it for next 1 month or 2 months like that.
Okay, all right. So, from a trading perspective, Gaurav, what's your sense on Dodla Dairy? Because the stock nearly tanked over 8% in trade today. So, for somebody who has invested in this counter, what's your suggestion to them?
If we just ignore today's move, it was doing quite well. But citing today's move on back of reasonable volumes and its numbers, I guess, it tanked almost 8% in trade today. So I'll suggest to take him, he should take a stop at 1290 on a closing basis and hold on to his position. Because if that stock is taken out, the stock will quickly head towards 1200 odd levels. So considering the time frame, which is just about a month, it is better to take a closer stop here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for that. Now we are joined by Mr. Murli from Bengaluru on the phone line. Hi, Mr. Murli. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
Yeah, I using today's correction.
Yeah.
I want to buy Crizzle for long term
Okay.
because there are very limited listed players and the economy is going to do well. Is it worth a buy?
Okay, okay.
Will it give about at least 15% return per annum? I'm willing
Absolutely.
to wait for long term.
Understood. So, quickly, Girish, coming to you, Crystal is the counter that Mr. Murli is eyeing at. Currently, it's trading at 5,822 and was also down in trade today over 1%. So, is it advisable for him to actually enter and take fresh positions at this level?
So the stock was good. No doubts that the stock is performing very healthy. The 3-year ROE was very good, above the 25%. Dividend-oriented stocks, the data was increasing. Apart from that, the numbers was strongly believed and the ratings was strongly good. But for the current positions as of now, my suggestion is to just take this particular position in two ways, in the installment basis. Buy 50% of the position at the current level and then add the position at the level of around 5100, 50 to 5200. That would be more favorable for me. And just hold your position for at least 1.5 year time frame. It would be given strongly returns as of from here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Girish, for that. Now we are joined by Amol on the phone line from Noida. Hi, Amol. Good evening. Amol, are you there on the phone line?
Yes. Can
Yes,
you hear
please
me?
go. Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead with the query.
Yeah. So actually, I'm holding 170 shares of granules,
Okay,
and my buying price is 480 rupees.
okay.
So I just need a short-term view from the technicals on the.
And for how
stock.
long are you planning to hold it?
Maybe 1 or 2 months.
1 or 2
Just
months.
trading.
Again, from a trading perspective, so I would not
Right.
call it an investment for shorter.
Right.
Okay, so Gaurav, again coming to you, how are you viewing granules? Because currently it's trading. It has gone up slightly a bit from 480, from which the levels he bought it at, to 494. So, what's your sense? Is the trajectory going to go up?
I suggest the viewer to book profits here. He is making, from a trading perspective, just about decent return. And I think he must have bought it a couple of days back only. The stock is facing stiff resistance around 510, 515 zone. The resistance comes out from the confluence zone and the presence of its 50, 100 and 200 period exponential moving averages. Overall, also, if you look at the stock from a little longer term perspective, maybe for a 6 months kind of a trajectory, the stock has not performed very much. It is trading with a bearish bias. So I suggest him to book profits.
Okay, so book profits is what our experts are suggesting. Now we are joined by Karthik on the phone line from Tirupati. Hi Karthik, good evening.
Hi ma'am, good evening ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
Ma'am, I had gone through fundamentals of SBI and Ashok Leyland ma'am. I am
Okay.
looking for long-term investment. Between these two, which will be generate the more returns upcoming 10 years ma'am?
All right, all right. So Girish, I'm sure you must be happy to know that, you know, an investor wants to stay put in the investments for like 10 years. And so SBI, PSU Bank and then Ashok Leyland are two counters that he's eyeing at. So what would your pick be?
So my suggestion is of both the stocks. Obviously, the both are come into the different sector. As we talk about the SBI, the books was strong, the CASA books was strong, the SBI's the go to the rural, still the urban spaces also. So the numbers was little bit good in the terms of dividend as well as the growth numbers. It would be more than a 30%. That would be the very strong number in the term of any PSU banks. So my suggestion is to just add SBI as well as the Ashok Leyland board. But again, that would be go for the very long term period. That would be just some around of 8 to 10 years time frame. So just add more leverages also at when you getting a very strong downside from here level. But current level is also very attractive for buying at least for 10 years.
Right, and Gaurav, I'd also like to take your view since you seemed happy when I was posing this question. So, what are the levels that you probably suggest for a new investor who wants to start their investment journey?
First of all, it's good to hear that someone is eyeing the stock markets for an investment of such a great time frame of a decade or so. Secondly, I just want to add a point here that 10 years is a very long-term period. Yes, rightly mentioned, he has shortlisted two very good category stocks from two very good sectors. They have a good trajectory, a good lineup, and a long history to support. But still, I think 10 years is a very long-term period. A lot of things come and change. So he should have a very close eye on it. Now, as far as levels are concerned, SBI is pretty much well placed, all set for a breakout. And I think comparing both of them, I see SBI taking a breakout first and heading towards, I'll come up with the near-term levels, close to 900 odd levels in the immediate near term. And when we look at Ashok Leyland, for that matter, it is already in an up move, and a level close to 130 is where the stock would face some kind of a resistance there and may spend some time consolidating. Once that level is taken out, another 20-25% of an up move can be witnessed.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for that. And we are joined by Pradeep on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi, Pradeep. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
I'm having 200 shares of HPL Electric
All right.
purchased at 197 rupees.
Okay.
I'm basically a long-term investor. So I just wanted to know whether I should hold it for another 1 or 2 years or should I book profits at this stage?
Okay. And when did you invest in it?
This is around 2 years back.
2 years. So, firstly, congratulations on spotting the correct levels, because from 197, it has gone up to 594 now. So, kudos to you there. Girish, coming to you, should Mr. Pradeep stay invested in this, investment of his, or should he be partially booking his profits?
So my suggestion was to book the partially profit as of now, because first of all, the congratulations that they're making a very excellent profit and by a particularly very right price. But for the longer period, obviously, it would be looking out at some correction should be waited out here because of the quarter numbers. I'm just saying that the quarter's numbers was not coming as per the expected. We are looking out for the last 3 quarters. So And the term means of longer period, obviously, they're getting a good chance to just below of the range of around 400, 410 rupees with the level of averaging something. But current level, they can definitely book a partial profit.
Okay, so partial profit booking is advisable by our experts. Now we are joined by Venkat on the phone line from Kolkata. Hi Venkat, good evening. Venkat, are you there on the phone line?
I'm there.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
Yeah. Should I spell it out now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So actually, I am holding 2,400 shares of Vedant Fashion.
Okay.
The current price I'm holding it at is 816.
Yeah.
Now, I have been trading on the stock for some time, from 700 levels till this point.
All right.
So I wanted to know a medium-term view for this, because this has been a cyclical kind of stock. Last year also it went up and then again came down. So I just wanted to understand, is there any upside in the medium term, maybe 6-7 months?
Yeah. Understood.
Hi.
Understood. So, Gaurav, firstly coming to you, because, you know, what's key to note is that he is sitting on a loss of nearly 2 lakh rupees there, 1.62 lakhs. So, what's your sense? Is it gonna, the losses are gonna increase, or are you seeing any sort of positive momentum there?
Yeah, I won't be giving him a false hope here. The stock is not at all looking attractive. Although it is trading, consolidating in a range somewhat around 840 on the higher side, 750, 730 on the lower side, but the chart patterns are clearly suggesting that it is headed southwards. So from my side, it is better you should look at any bounce, or at least start offloading some positions here.
All right. So, you know, he bought it at 860 level. So, are you seeing it reaching somewhere between those levels there?
Little bit of bounce is there, but actually a 100-period exponential moving average is acting as a hindrance around those levels, which is played as around 840. So a little bounce around that zone should be taken as an opportunity to exit the positions.
So perfectly explained. I'm sure, Venkat will benefit from it. Now we have Prasad joining us on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi Prasad, good evening.
Hello, good evening all.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
I'd like to phrase my question like this. So
Yeah.
I have around 30,000 to invest.
You have?
And I have around 30,000 that I would like to invest.
Okay.
And I am, I would like to invest either in D-Link India or Garware High Tech at current prices.
Okay.
Now, I know both are from different sectors of the market, but I'd like to know the experts' view on the both of these counters, which one would be, more favorable.
And Prasad, are you a long-term investor or a short-term investor?
Yeah, in these particular stocks, I would say I'd be investing for the long term.
Long term. All right. So, Girish, D-Link and Garware are two counters that he's eyeing at. So, what would your pick be?
So G-Links looks little bit stronger in the terms of the fundamentals. We are looking out that it's a debt-free company, the strong dividend yield they are providing. The good numbers, the profit numbers were also the healthy growth numbers are still there. The quarter's results was excellent one. They are performing into it. They are just expanding their growth in the tier 3 cities as well as the ranging of new product lines. So my suggestion is to just go with the D-Links, but over the longer period of time, at least 2.5 years time frame, because there's so many norms are changing out in the different states, and they are working in the multiple states right now. So they can obviously put some of the switch into particular things, but the dealings was more preferable in the longer period.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Now we are joined by Shravan on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi Shravan, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes.
I just would like to know the technicals of Reliance Industries, because after the result, the price has been going down. Is the right time to invest for a period of maybe 5 years, something like that?
Understood. So, Gaurav, quickly, if you could just tell us about what are the charts suggesting, especially when the results are out. So, what do you make of the charts?
Today's outcome was clearly the result impact what we have seen. I see it taking another dive towards 1375, 1380 zone. That will be a very nice level to invest for a fresh investment. So my stance is buy on dips.
So buy on dips on RIL is what our experts are suggesting. We have Shankar now joining us on the phone line from Kolkata. Hi Shankar, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
I am having Aadhar Housing Finance,
Okay,
120 shares at 396.
all right.
I wanted to know whether I should hold on to it for another 1 or 2 years, or should I book profits at this stage?
All right, okay. So, I'd like to come to you, Girish, talking about the fundamentals of Aadhar Housing Finance, and also I want to understand the housing finance space in particular. What's your sense? Are you optimistic in this for the space in particular? And when it comes to Aadhar housing, where do you place it?
So if we talk about the housing finance sector, obviously we are more bullish into it because of the numbers how we are seeing in the plot sales as well as the flat sales out there. So if we talk about the whole housing sector, it would be very, very strongly with the growth numbers of around 13 to 13.5% year-on-year basis. And now we're just expecting this particular number will be reached by 17 to 18% in the next 3 to 4 years time frame. So obviously, if we talk about the whole sales numbers of the property, then obviously the housing finance companies are strongly bullish on it. But come to the other housings looks good, but not for the lucrative for the longer period of time. Obviously, my suggestion is to just put your or switch the amount at the levels of PNB housing as well as the Bajaj housing because of the quarter numbers was very very strongly informed. We are seeing the quarter numbers from the last 3 to 4 quarters, and we are just expecting the management commentary of the growth would be some around 30 to 35% year on year basis. So my suggestion is to switch your positions to the PNB housing or the Bajaj housing.
Okay, so switch positions either to PNB Housing or Bajaj Housing is what our experts are suggesting. Now we quickly let's go across to a caller, Madhukar, joining us from Junagadh. Hi, Madhukar. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, please go ahead with the query.
My query is SDB Financial Services Limited, which has been just recently launched.
Yeah.
I have got 20 shares at the rate of 740.
Yeah.
And 80 shares I have got at 825 or 826, something like that. So but the stock is going down day by day, and what we should do now? I am a long-term investor. I want to buy more. Shall I hold it, buy it, or sell it? What should I do?
Absolutely. I'll get your query answered. Girish, coming quickly to you, HDB Financial, for those who have, invested in it, considering obviously it's the strongest IPO that we've seen recently. But what's your sense? Should our investors be jittery about it, or should they be patient?
So if we talk about the company backends, so obviously it looks very, very strongly because the growth was very strong. But if we go with the very longer period of time, my suggestion, say your view is some around 3 to 3.5 years, then you can hold this particular counter. Or my suggestion is to just book your counter from as of now. The counters was very, very strongly moving. So like a Bajaj Finance is very, very strong in the numbers of quarters as well as the growth numbers. And we can say that the Shriram Housing Finance, Muthoot Finance. So there's so many other finance companies also. We are giving a good returns in the time frame of 1.5 year. So just switch your positions from the one finance company to another, but go with the more profitability numbers who are giving in the last few quarters itself also.
Okay. Thank you so much for that view there. And I'm afraid that we are running short of time today, but thank you so much again, Gaurav and Girish, for being there, always, solving our viewers' queries so patiently. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. And viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Ask Profit, but please don't go anywhere, as you'll see me only on the other side of the break with Profit 360.
promised guaranteed returns. They advertised illegal trading in broad daylight. But NDTV Profit picked up the trail.
2 साल हो गए मैडम। डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चलता है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा।
We called, we questioned, we exposed.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है।
मैडम एक बात को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
Because your money deserves protection, not empty promises. Easy money, hard lesson. Stay alert. Verify before you invest.
Imports become the exception rather than the norm, and increasingly we do almost last year, for example, of the contracts that we signed of record 2,09,000 crores, 81% was awarded to the domestic industry. Our intent is to manufacture in India, preferably with design also in India.
I am so elated to be on the same screen as the Defense Secretary, and I get a chance to talk about what he said.
In certain areas, like for example, artillery guns and armored vehicles, or in some categories of missiles like the BrahMos and the Akash, we've come of age.
What Defense Secretary Sir said is 100% true, and today private industry can really increase their involvement in R&D.
I am very proud to say that we make in our categories that we have been supplying to our defense forces some of the best platforms in the world.